Okay. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Beyonka's Playhouse. We are live inside of Beyonka's studios. And of course, I am your host, Akira, aka Beyonka. I'm live with Mr. David Bhatti. I almost messed that up anyway. Mr. David Bhatti inside of the Playhouse tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to him. You can say hello to everybody.
How you doing, everybody? Thanks for tuning into the show. Bianca, thank you for having me here. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you. I'm excited that you even asked to be on Beyonka's Playhouse. And so tonight, we are streaming live from YouTube here as well as Facebook over here. So you guys, we got all ways for you guys to watch us tonight. But before we even begin the show, I want to just let you know what I need you to do. As always, I'm going to need you to invite your friends to this live. So you know, there's this little guy in the left side of your box. And if it's the wrong side, listen, there's a little guy on the right side. It's in the right side of your box as you watch the show. He's down there, and he has that little plus sign on his head because he's like calling your name, and he's trying to tell you that he needs you to hit him in the head with your finger. Kindly press on him and start inviting your friends to this live and sharing the show with your friends. Beyonka's Playhouse is, of course, for you, but it's also for all of your friends and family too. And tonight, as we interview Mr. David, we want everybody to know just who he is, what he does, and get everybody familiar with, him as a whole. So tonight is going to be pretty exciting. This is his first time inside of the Playhouse. Are you excited?
I'm really excited. The topic is very interesting tonight.
The topic is interesting. I'm always trying to come up with like an exciting, different type of topic, right? And
can we tell the audience what the topic is?
We can, because I'm always talking about cheating. So this is a good twist, to go outside of talking about cheating and having affairs and all that type of stuff, but this might some kind of way find its way back around to cheating.
Well, if it's in your head and it's a fantasy, I guess it's not technically cheating.
That's true. You don't think you can mentally cheat?
Can you? Do you guys think you can mentally cheat?
Yeah,
Let's see that in the comments.
Yeah. You guys tell us. Tell us what you think. Do you think you could actually mentally cheat? Is that a real thing, or is that just my thing? Because I think sometimes you can mentally cheat, especially if you are. Before I even say that, I guess we should just tell you guys what the topic is, right? We should talk about what that topic is.
We should.
So the topic tonight is sexual fantasies. So we're going to be talking about sexual fantasies. So I'm going to just start off with you, Mr. David, and ask you, have you had a sexual fantasy?
Several sexual fantasies. All different. I think multiple female partners is one of the most satisfying sexual fantasies. I am polyamorous myself, so that's something I do enjoy. You're polyamorous? Yes, I am.
Wow, this show could have been about a whole other thing. Oh my goodness. This show could have been about a whole other thing. Hold on, I would switch microphones with you. Let me switch with you, because I got a big mouth. So, and y'all know I don't do that. I don't really be switching microphones, but he came all the way from Arlington, Virginia tonight to sit in the Playhouse with me and have conversation and introduce himself to all of my followers and all of my viewers. So I said, I hear you over there, and you got this nice low-key voice and you got this smoothness about you. So
thank you.
You definitely do. And of course you're gorgeous. I'm sure you know.
That's so sweet.
You are. You have a very unique look. I'm sure you know that.
Oh, yeah, I appreciate it. I try to dress differently. On stage, I definitely wear different clothes than what I'm wearing right now. And then for my photo shoots, I definitely switch it up and play with concepts. That's something I've been working on now, actually, is getting some models for different photo shoots and creative photography. Some to promote my music, of course, but some just in general. I love art, any kind of art, from sketches to paintings.
I saw that, so I tried to include that in the promo video for you, because as I was being stalkerish on your page the other day, I noticed that you had some art on your page, and
Yeah, that was actually from AwesomeCon 2017. That was in DC.
Okay.
It was a few months ago. I was fortunate enough to get a few original sketches by some artists. That's what some of those are.
Okay.
The one specifically from the craft is my favorite. That's by an artist from Florida. I really like Scott Blair. He does amazing work. I think he was just at San Diego Comic-Con. I'm a big comic book fan, and just like I said, art in general, graphic design. I really want to get into, making clothes and producing my own screen prints.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, like fine art, posters, possibly do stuff in galleries. Like I said, with the photography, I definitely want to get into some kinkier things. Like we're talking sexual fantasies, but some of my photography art that I want to work with would be like what's it called, boudoir. Risque.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, it's not necessarily all tame for commercial usage. For my music.
Yeah.
Some of it I'd love to use. Just to get out there and just invoke different feelings. Definitely women's bodies in general fascinate me. The curves, everything.
That's a good thing. I'm sure all of you could agree. Women's bodies being very fascinating. The curves.
I think we can.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm gonna ask my real quick, you guys, and I know I don't normally do this, but I'm gonna do this tonight and talk to my my engineer while we're live. But listen, do you think you could come up a little bit closer and when I know you can't get both of us at the same time, but could you just come up and get him closer during the time that he's talking so that he can be heard properly? So you guys, I want you guys to hear him and hear everything that he's saying. And I know that you guys know Beyonka's Playhouse is in transition, so we don't have all that high fashion, expensive equipment just yet. But I want to make sure that all of you out there are hearing absolutely everything Mr. David is saying. And I introduced him as Mr. David Bhatti, but I didn't even tell you guys that his rap name or his artist name is The Reaper. And if you guys had the opportunity to see the video I posted of him, he has a picture. You got that picture with the Reaper in the picture. Was that a planned thing, or did you just happen to run into somebody that had that outfit on?
I literally just happened to run into
somebody. It looked like it. That is crazy.
And I asked him, if he would be cool with me taking a picture next to him, and that's just how it happened. And he was a super nice guy. I think his name was Bob.
Oh my goodness. Shout out to Bob the Reaper, because that was really awesome. It looked like it. I could tell from the picture that, it was something that just kind of happened. It didn't look like it was something that was planned. So you guys, ladies and gentlemen, of course, tonight our topic is sexual fantasies, and we're going to be talking about different sexual fantasies. And I would love to hear any sexual fantasy stories that you guys would like to share. So you're more than welcome to comment in the comments and tell us about any crazy type of fantasy that you have. So I'm gonna just get into my little interview first, though, so we can get to know the Reaper a little bit better as far as the artist, the Reaper. So I have some questions that I did not want to forget to ask you, and we're gonna start with I want to start with a good one. Okay, so this is gonna be corny, right? But I think it's gonna be cute. Have you ever seen Brown Sugar?
Brown Sugar,
it's a movie, right? And it's about hip hop.
No.
Oh, okay, yeah. So in the movie, I never really saw the movie in whole either. However, I did see clips, right? You know how they had the commercials of the show, of the movie. So I saw in the clips, and one of the clips, it was a saying that they asked, well, when did you fall in love with hip hop? And so that's going to be one of my questions. That's why I said you guys are probably be like, girl, if you don't stop using movie lines in your interviews. but I'm curious to know, when did you fall in love with hip hop? And why I say fall in love because I watched you perform, and I could tell that you were truly in love with what you were doing, that you weren't just up there just doing it just to be doing it. It wasn't something like that, you just, okay, I'm gonna do this today and I'm gonna go up there on stage and I'm gonna do it. I could tell that it was something that you actually loved doing. You looked amazing performing, And and then the fact that once I got the opportunity to talk to you, you told me you came all the way from Virginia to perform that night. He came all the way from Virginia to be on Beyonka's Playhouse. So clearly that means that you have a love for the craft that you do, other than just the artistry of painting, a drawing, but actually hip hop as well. So maybe you could tell us all, when you first knew that was something that you wanted to do.
I fell in love with hip hop at a young age. I think the first dose of hip hop I got was the Family Value CD. And it was a tour with Ice Cube, Korn, Limp Bizkit. It was like a rock and rap mix. And Ice Cube's "Fuck the Police" was really what did it for me. I love that song. I didn't even know what the lyrics meant at that time. But
you just knew what that line was.
The beat just rocked. And
okay.
I got into nu metal, which is a mix of rap and rock, and just got me into like hip hop and everything else. And I really like lyricism. That's one thing I like to display in my music, especially. I know a lot of mumble rap is taking over the airwaves and the radio stations, but there's a big crowd of people who, they don't want to listen to something dumbed down. They want to listen to something with substance. Rap to me is always intellectual. We're talking about Ice Cube, Nasir Jones, Tupac Shakur. These are very intelligent people who used the English language, as a means to get their message across, something that, they, from where they came from, you never expect them to be able to do.
So that kind of goes into my next question. You're kind of answering it already as far as what artists inspired you. So you just gave an amazing list of artists that are very inspirational to all of us. I'm not even a rap artist, and I can say definitely Tupac, Nas is amazing. All of them are definitely good artists who have been an inspiration. KRS-One, I love KRS, the group. So, all of them are definitely inspirational. Which one of those artists were most inspirational to you?
I'd say as far as hip hop, and it's probably Eminem. I could argue that point a lot between other artists like Immortal Technique and Big L, but I'd say Eminem. Just the like the age that I am, and when I came, in hip hop, like that was just like the main dude I could say has always held his own lyrically. There's no other rapper I think that could compete with him at his level and at his fame that he's achieved. So
okay. So Eminem is definitely one of my favorites as well. I really wish he would make some more music,
Yeah,
but definitely Eminem. So as a rapper in whole, we can say Eminem is definitely an inspiration of somebody that you really love. However, speaking lyrically, would you still choose Eminem?
See, lyrically, it's difficult. There's so many like artists that you could choose. Andre 3000 lyrically is
amazing. My God, yes, definitely.
I think I mentioned Big L before. Big L was a monster.
Yeah.
There's so many rappers that are good for so many different reasons, and I hope the crowd knows that everybody I mentioned doesn't mumble rap.
Hey, I'm pretty sure everybody who's watching right now knows nobody that we're mentioning mumbles, and they all have a message in their music. It's not the same message that we get today in today's music.
Times have changed, but the struggle hasn't. The same things are still going on. Everything that was going on in the 90s is still going on now, and nobody's rich and famous. Yeah. That's definitely the 5% in this country in America.
Yeah,
95% of us are just trying to make it out here.
Definitely, and have your voice heard.
Definitely.
I was thinking about this. Do you remember Tupac's song when Dang, y'all, I had it in my head just now, but it was a Tupac song where he was with Humpty Dumpty or something. Not Humpty Dumpty. Y'all said Humpty Dumpty. What's the one with the nose, the fake nose? Dang, you guys know who I'm talking about. He had the glasses. My name is Humpty. Okay, wait. I'm not gonna rap because I'm not a rapper. So it almost came out right now. But the point of that was the song that they had was like one of the first videos I ever saw where they had the girls like all around the pool. Oh, all around the world. That's what. And that's how we. Because I'm making you feel old in this interview.
Girl, on the pool. Because I get around.
I get around. There we go. Okay, see, I just needed somebody to be on my level. Don't make me feel like an old lady over here. Yeah. But that was one of, so you know, that was one of the videos where, well, first videos that I saw that had like girls like in the bikinis and kind of half naked and they were all kind of jumping around. But the song still was not mumbling. It wasn't like, you know, a song that just wasn't saying nothing. Like he still was lyrical in the song and everything. And nowadays, you know, you just do not get that same type of music, you know, so I'm glad you mentioned those people. So let's go into my next question. Tell us or introduce us to who exactly Mr. David Bhatti is.
Well, David Bhatti is musically Reaper X, and Reaper X is an artist, a hip hop artist that makes music for people that were born in this country, but their parents weren't. I think there's a large majority of people like that, and that's my target audience. I mean, I make music for everybody. Don't get me wrong. If you can relate, you can relate, and I'm glad I can touch you that way. But there's a specific group of people I go for, especially Latinos in this country. But any race, any country immigrated over here, and you know their parents are from another country, but they're born here. You know, it's a very different like feeling, different way of life, and I think that I just want to speak for that population of people in this country. I don't think they're heard very much.
Wow, that's the because you're right. I mean, especially just seeing you, I was thinking the first time I saw you, like, wow, you know, I had never seen. I didn't know whether you were Latino though, or what race you were. But either way, of course, you were in the club. Let me tell you guys where I met him real quick. So I had the $500 cash giveaway at El Dorado's. And shout out to Raleigh. And they gave me this hard task of choosing one group, and it was just, well, thankfully I only had the ending task because there was like 4 guys that went through the groups, because you know it was like so many different
it was like a competition.
Yeah, it was a competition, so they had like different rounds in the competition. And it was 4 gentlemen who chose who went to the next level and went to the next level. And when you got up on stage, I think I had just got there. I wasn't there the whole time, unfortunately. But I just got up on stage, and I was just like, wow, like he's really good. So I just knew I needed to meet you. And before I even reached out to you, you came over to me and introduced yourself to me and sat down and took a picture and everything. And that stood out to me. And I said this on my page the next day. One of the things that stood out to me with certain rappers that performed there that day was their ability to actually come and address me and speak to me and shake my hand. Not all of them did. A lot of them walked past. A lot of them didn't even acknowledge me, But the ones that actually did are the ones that I'm still having conversations with and the ones that I'm still doing business with to this day. So a lot of people were inboxing me after that saying like, well, why didn't you choose me? When, for one, it wasn't my, only my choice. They called it my competition, but it wasn't just my choice. And then 2, a lot of the artists that were asking me why didn't I choose them, they were the ones that didn't even acknowledge me or speak to me at the show. So I was like, how did you even find my page? And you did. I
think with everything, business, especially networking, is one of the most important things. And I hope you guys, anybody who raps and everything, you're not going out there just to perform. Hope you're going out there to talk to people, to meet different artists, producers, anybody that can help radio DJs.
Definitely, especially when you're traveling.
Definitely.
It's important when you're traveling to actually make that trip worth it. You're going to perform, but to be able to build relationships with people as well, which goes into my next question for you. How many have you traveled yet to perform outside of Baltimore and Virginia? Have you traveled to other places?
No, actually, that's one of the things that I'm looking forward to doing very soon. But no, as of yet, I've only performed in DC, Maryland, and Virginia.
And the DMV.
And the DMV.
Okay.
Local, yeah.
Okay. And so where is an exotic? Because this is Beyonka's Playhouse. So where's an exotic place that you would love to be able to perform at?
Dubai.
Dubai. Oh yes, definitely. Like what? Okay, of course. See, y'all thought he was gonna say Jamaica or something, didn't you? Because everybody wants to see somebody on the beach in Jamaica, but Dubai.
The buildings in Dubai, they have the biggest buildings in the world, I believe. just
Wow.
take some pictures from up there would be amazing.
Okay, so I'm guessing you're absolutely not scared of heights then.
No, I love mountain climbing,
Really?
and stuff like that.
Okay.
Ecuador has a lot of mountains. That's where I'm from.
Okay.
Volcanoes and things. So I got used to doing that when I was younger. And I really still enjoy it today. I wish I had more time to do it more often.
Yeah.
It's not like I knew more people who like to do it.
I can't even say that because we don't want to invite nobody and be like, don't say like, listen, tell that guy that was on your show, I want to come with him to go and climb mountains. Okay, so tell us about your music, the type of music that you put out, your lyrics. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. Yeah. My music, just from listening to it, it has that old school, vibe. It's more boom bap than anything else. My influences from the '90s really come out. Like I said, the verses are really complex, lyrically, and the choruses, the hooks are pretty heavy. Not that sing-song type stuff. I have some songs where I don't even have a hook. I'm just destroying the beat, just having fun, and throwing a little message out there to everybody that raps, because it's very much competition. Real lyricists, we all love to compete with each other. Like, I love to hear somebody who pushes me hard and makes me want to write like sicker stuff. Try to out rap him or make something cleverer than he just did.
Okay.
So that's a big part of it, the competition.
The competition. So I know you do the competitions as far as how I met you and what I saw. However, do you ever do the rap battles? Like where you like, I'm not a rapper, but how you go back and forth and like you say something and then he say something. Do you do things like that?
No, to be honest with you, I've never been big into battling. I'm not one of those people that just comes off the top of the head. It takes me a while to write my verses, but like I said, they're well thought out, and I'm stacking syllables on bars on bars.
Okay.
And that's really what I like to do, make sure it has a point and I can have as many punchlines and where I want them. So I'm not too much for the battle rapping. I really want to make music. Like I do the hip hop stuff to cater to that crowd because I love hip hop, but I really like to, do something that'll connect with more people other than just hip hop. It's bigger than hip hop, obviously. The world loves many genres of music.
Of
and
course.
I just like to make something that'll connect with everybody someday.
Okay, can you sing?
I cannot sing though.
Okay. Because if you said that you could, I was gonna be like, okay, so you're gonna sing a song? You're gonna sing something real quick. Okay. So of course, different genres of music. So is there any other genres that you do?
No, but I can announce here on the radio show that I'm looking into starting a rock band. Actually, another artist that I met at the Eldorado Lounge at one of the competitions, Rich Vega. We become good friends. He makes music that sounds like my music, which fucking is amazing and awesome.
Yeah, okay.
I don't hear that really. People, talking about real life situations and going hard on the mic. I don't hear that anymore. So he was talking about starting a rock band, and I talked to him and said that I would like to be involved. So that's something we're looking into, starting like a hip hop rock thing, something like Linkin Park.
Oh my goodness, that would be awesome.
Chester Bennington.
Definitely. So you guys, I'm not sure if you have family watching right now, but I'm wondering how you guys, if your family is watching, how you feel about the music that he does. You guys can comment in the comments below, and you can tell us if you have questions for Mr. David. You could definitely put them in the comments below, and we'll definitely read them. But I'm going to ask you, how does your family feel about you doing hip hop?
They've been pretty supportive. When I started, I've been doing hip hop. I've been taking it seriously now for over 10 years.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, so
it is not a phase, right?
No, definitely
not a phase.
If anything, I'm just getting deeper and deeper. They've supported me. I've been doing a lot more in the past year and a half. I think I've done over 25 shows since 2016.
Oh wow! Okay.
I really try to rev it up and get out there. The biggest event I did, there was Shout out to CEO Den for helping me get that show. It was a sneaker con at the National Harbor. It was like over 2,000 people. You know,
Wow.
attendance. It was pretty big, you know, and crazy. It's for WPGC. Tony Reds was
okay.
the event, so
That's
it was
awesome.
pretty cool.
You getting out here in the community, like you getting out here. You doing some things already.
No, yeah, I've been around the DMV a lot, the hip hop scene. That's why, you know, I've been paying attention, and you know, I like to make my, you know, network connections with people that I feel confident in, like their business. And that's why, you know, I definitely reached out to you and wanted to do this.
Oh, thank you. Y'all hear that? It's like so who is an artist today of today's music that you would like the opportunity to work with one day?
I would say probably Michi Darko from Flatbush Zombies would be my first pick. If I could, you know, pick anybody to feature a song right now, that would be it. Kendrick Lamar would be a close second.
Okay.
I think
we are.
Third, there's so many artists. I mean, I just want to say there's so many great artists, but Michi Darko to me is one of my favorite rappers who's currently, like, you know, doing it.
Yeah.
You know, and I'd love to collaborate with him and do something.
Okay.
Sometime in the future.
Okay. So, Michi, say his last name again.
Michi Darko.
Michi Darko. You know, I'm putting it out there. I wanted him to put it out there, and I'm just gonna follow up like an echo. He would love to work with you one day. Hopefully, Beyonka's Playhouse some kind of way screams past your vision, and you see this so that you can work with this amazing man. And that would just be awesome. So let's see. Do I have anything else in my cards before we start talking about these fantasies? Okay. As far as entertainers go, we know hip hop artists are one thing, like you got lyricists and all that, and we kind of covered all of that. But as far as entertainers go, do you think that there's a difference between just getting on stage and rapping and actually being able to fully entertain the entire crowd?
Yeah, there's definitely a big difference.
It's a big difference, right?
Yeah.
So the reason I asked that, because that was the only one, I mean, not the only, but one of the major things that I was looking at as far as the artists were when they were performing, is the artists that actually got on stage and they just, you know, they were rapping and they were just, you know, in their little zone just rapping. And then the artists that got on stage and really included the crowd, went all from this side of the stage to that side of the stage. And I feel like that's a full entertainer. Like, that is a true entertainer. He's making sure that he's entertaining everyone in the crowd.
Definitely. I think that's one of the most important things, to keep everybody involved and, you know, focused on you, because it's very easy to lose the crowd. I mean, just
definitely.
And, you know, performing.
So how old were you when you first performed?
I was like 17 years old, I believe. 17.
Were you able to hold a crowd at 17?
It was decent. Yeah, it did all right. I was real different. One thing, anytime I performed anywhere, I'm really different than the type of music I make. Just, you know, it's not what you hear. It's not even what inspires me. You know, it's something different from what inspires me. Okay. But it was for a reggaeton artist, Tomo Mine. He's pretty well known in the reggaeton circuit, and I opened up for him, and he was super nice when I met him, and the crowd really liked it, but it wasn't it wasn't a hip hop, English speaking hip hop crowd. It was more like a reggaeton crowd, which was pretty
okay, wow, yeah, that's pretty different.
Yeah.
So you're very versatile. It's like you can just go anywhere and you can just be in any crowd. You feel that way?
I have gone many places.
Because you're telling us about a lot of different places that you've been. So you're from Ecuador, right? That's what I heard you say earlier. Yeah. And how long have you been here?
No, I was actually born here.
Oh, you were born here?
Yeah, but I've been to Ecuador maybe 15, 16 times since I was born. And I mean, I've been kind of tired of the country. I haven't gone back in over like 5, not longer, maybe like 6 years, because it's just, there's nothing to do. If I can go to Galapagos, I haven't been to Galapagos yet, I'll do that. But I mean,
how many of you watching know what Galapagos is? And how do you guys know where it is? That's what I'm.
It's in Ecuador.
Because he said it like, yeah, I want to go to Galapagos. I'm like, okay, all right, I'm going to go there too. I want to go somewhere different because I'm just here.
It's
like,
real nice.
It is okay.
I mean, it's worth going to Galapagos in my opinion.
Okay.
Ecuador itself, you've never been there. It's a beautiful country. Don't let that deter you from going there or traveling there. I'm just saying.
It probably would be ideal for me to go there because I work so much and do so much. I'm trying to go somewhere and do absolutely nothing. So that might be where I need to go to just like relax, lay back.
The beaches are beautiful.
Really?
Yeah, the water.
Oh my gosh, I haven't been to the beach in like 5 years. It's ridiculous. So, well, 4 years. So yeah, I'm definitely trying to get to the beach. Okay, so we're talking about fantasies, well, sexual fantasies tonight. And look, you guys said that? Look, oh my goodness. So one of the reasons I thought about this topic is because, you hear so many corny fantasies, right? Well, I do because I'm in a lot of different groups on Facebook. Y'all know how Facebook has about 1 million different groups, adult groups, I'm saying. And so, people talk about different things that they want to do to a girl, but I don't hear any like really exotic, sexual fantasies. So I thought it would be hot to just see if someone watching tonight, if we had some people watching tonight that could share some real sexual fantasies, and even to get, from you, like what a real sexual fantasy, something that you've never done, something that you've seen in your mind, you dreamed about it, you had it in your head, but it's never really happened in real life. But if it did, it would just be the ultimate thing for you. Don't plead the fifth. Don't do that, because I can kind of see your lips turn into like, I plead the fifth. No.
I've had the pleasure of experiencing a lot of things. I mean, fantasies wise, I would definitely say like maybe like 13 different women, all from different places, countries, ethnicities, cultures. At the same time, would be something interesting that I'd enjoy. But I mean, as far as like something that I haven't done that I wish I did, I've had my share of,
13. So listen, let me just reiterate that real quick. We're gonna run that back. So 13 different girls, 13 different races, and
all different, yeah.
All different women from all different walks of life. That sounds like a fantasy. That sounds like something that's pretty exciting.
That's a photo shoot, actually.
That's a photo shoot.
All my photo shoots are sexual fantasies, just so you know.
They are. Oh my goodness.
I love like the goth. I'm doing a goth photo shoot, so that's another kind of kinky sexual fantasy thing.
Yeah.
There's something I want to do with like makeup and like clown makeup with females.
That's where he lost me, y'all, because y'all know I don't do that damn clown stuff. That's the word.
You're not a Harley Quinn fan?
Absolutely not.
You don't like Harley Quinn?
Absolutely not.
I'm a big Joker Harley Quinn fan.
Oh my gosh, I can't stand it.
You hate her?
I don't do the clowns at all. I just think even if a woman has on like too much makeup, it just freaks me out. It's something about it.
There's some women that walk around wearing clowns that have
I'm telling you. And you look at them and you be like, are you alive or in a casket? What's happening right now? It's creepy. So I don't know. I don't do the clown thing. So I don't think that's sexy. Maybe if I saw a sexy ass clown, like, and she was all exotic and had some, maybe then it would change.
Yeah, leather.
Yeah.
Straps. I mean, just
You know what?
collars, chains.
That that might actually change the dynamics of things.
Tattoos are sexy always. That's something. Actually, tattoos and bathing suits is another photo shoot concept. If anybody wants to, inquire, I'm looking for models always, and photographers as well. So
photographers.
David Bhatti, Facebook.com.
So yeah, you guys hear that? So if you're looking to be in a photo shoot, ladies, and you got a nice body, you don't look like
the sports one is coming out. It's pretty cool.
The sports one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm doing a Beyonka's Playhouse calendar. So maybe,
awesome.
Yeah. So maybe some of my dolls, we can just do things together. We're gonna network and work together in the future anyway. So yeah, we're gonna figure it out. But as he said, ladies, if you are interested in being in a photo shoot, getting sexy and gothic and putting on some spikes and stuff, then it would be hot. So definitely. What other projects are you working on right now, if any, that you would like the people to know about?
Well, projects. The upcoming project in the fall is my first big mixtape release.
Okay.
It's called Soundtrack to My Escape, and it's kind of the one I've been working on my whole life. So I mean,
wow, it's a big project.
Yeah, I mean, some of the songs, I've adapted them a little bit, but very little. But yeah, they were written back when I was 16, 17, 18 years old even. But there's a few new things. But after that, like I want to release Soundtrack to My Escape, and then I'm going to move into a second album called Repercussions. And then I have a love series that I'm working on called Love Don't Live Here No More. So the first volume of that is something that I'd like to put out.
And that's a soundtrack?
That's a mixtape. That's just a series.
Oh, it's a mixtape. Okay.
Basically, it's all songs. It's all love songs. But from my perspective, like I was never into like, traditional love songs. They were always the dark ones or the sadder ones that got me, like, or the interesting ones. Kind of spaced off. Everything I kind of do has a concept to it a little bit.
That's how it should be.
Yeah,
that's how it should be.
I would expect.
You don't want to go nowhere with it. Like, I don't even know why I just did that, but I did it. It's fun, That's what I mean by, seeing your passion in your craft. And when I first saw you perform, I could see your passion in your craft. So clearly that states that I was right because, everything has a concept, everything has a meaning, behind it. So can you just are you the type of artist that can just rap a song?
Yeah, I've memorized my song.
You memorize everything? So you wanna spit something sexy though, because it's the Playhouse. So if you got something like sexy or one of your love songs, one of those sexy songs.
I honestly, that's not my type of music.
You just said you had some love stuff.
My perspective on love.
Oh, your perspective.
Which isn't traditional, like I mentioned before. Yeah.
Oh my God, is it like scary? Oh, the gothic. Is it like gothic?
No, it's just like just darker influences, like heartbreak type stuff.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. You can do that. You can do that. I got him tongue-tied, Joe. It's just what Beyonka does sometimes. You don't gotta think too hard. It could be anything.
All right, I'm gonna spit something that's a little nasty. It's a little.
That's perfect.
Raunchy. But
that's perfect.
I think it's what you're looking for.
Ooh, did he say that's what I'm looking for?
I don't know.
Hey,
all right. Beyonka's Playhouse, Reaper X, live. Let's get it. No mics with the passion, lights, camera, action. Never going Hollywood, just putting out a distraction. Never giving love, just that mean satisfaction. The pussy gets a clapping, giving me ovations. Make her scream my name, whatever the occasion. Some place slip, mine just check the vocation. Study teacher, Kama Sutra, call it sex education. Doing things to her that'll leave her mind racing. Chasing the feeling, I'm the double D demon. Put them legs on the ceiling. Oh, she's such a sea monster when she eating all the semen. Make her jump for no reason. With her when she'll stop breathing. I'm out the door, she at the window still cheesing. Screaming no come back. Me and my middle finger still leaving.
Wow, okay. Let's get, y'all can put up hearts. I can clap and y'all can put up hearts. So that's just a little something from Reaper X. A little something. I think there was some sexual fantasy up in there. Just a teeny bit. So I don't know. We're gonna ask your friend real quick. You brought a good friend with you tonight. We're gonna ask him. Are there any comments that you might want to read that we may need to address?
One person was like talk dirty to me, Tamala Jones.
Oh my God.
One of your homeboys, Ether, was like Brown Pride, homie. And talk up, can't hear you.
He can't hear you.
I guess I gotta talk louder.
And one person was like, how old is she? 40?
So we got haters on the post already.
Hey, it's always that way. You always
what's her name? Goose? What's her name?
Who said how old is she? 40?
Nicole Taylor.
Nicole Taylor.
Nicole Taylor said what?
And LaKing said he got you if you need a photographer or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely holler at you.
Hit him up. I got you.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of photos. There's a lot of photographers on my page. So you guys, I'm sure, like you get a load of photographers. But you're in Virginia, so you look into things down there in that area. But I think there's some people in DC as well that.
That's the beauty of the DMV. It's all kind of connected.
Yeah.
So, you know, we could work regardless. Hopefully, if I come out here for a show or anything. Actually, I'd like to announce that I'm performing July 30th this Sunday at the El Dorado Lounge with Gilly the Kid from Philadelphia.
Yeah, I heard about that show that was happening down there. Definitely.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
It is. I'm gonna be in the building. I'll be in the building.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
So you'll see me again down in El Dorado once again. I'm not giving away no money this time, but you'll see me down there again. Yeah, definitely.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, and he will also be at Beyonka's birthday bash on September the 9th, ladies and gentlemen. So is it the 9th? Yeah, it's the 9th. So if you guys want to come out and see him perform live, you can see him perform live Sunday at El Dorado's, which is the 30th, and then he'll also be at Beyonka's birthday bash on September the 9th. So you have two opportunities to actually come out and see this gentleman perform and meet him in person. It's gonna be the birthday bash event will definitely be a red carpet event. So we're gonna have like, you know, the whole lights, camera, action type thing going on. So it'll be really nice, you know, to be able to have a few of my artists come out and you know, be able to meet them in person, the ones that I've done interviews with on the show. So is there anything else you would like for Beyonka's Playhouse listeners and followers and your friends and family to know about you before we go?
Enamel pins. Enamel pins are coming. I'm producing some pins. I'm big into the horror enamel pins.
Okay.
And hopefully I'll have something for you guys around October.
Okay, wow. Okay. You're doing a lot of things. So, and you said, didn't you say at the beginning of this interview you were doing something with like the clothing?
Yeah, I'm working with artists, working on clothing. Different. One thing I want to talk about real quick is just about different artists and different people, businesses putting out T-shirts. I think that's a great way to promote your stuff. But one thing that I haven't seen has been people actually like make like big design, like pictures and stuff like that. It's always letters, maybe with a symbol in the middle, but never anything intricate. And that's something I want to put out there with my music. Reaper X is kind of work with different artists and maybe put out 2 to 3 different designs at the same time, but all different. And hopefully people will come in not only for my music, but because of the awesome T-shirt.
Okay, yeah, definitely. I think any way you can rep your brand, you know, and promote it, you know, and get people to see it, I think it's important. So that's a way, and to get people to buy it too, you know.
One last thing.
Of course, go ahead.
Before we finish up, is I just want a shameless plug-in that I do work in direct marketing for home fix customer modeling. So if anybody needs any windows, roofing, siding, doors, attic insulation, that's my daytime job. I can definitely help you guys out with a 25% discount. Just inbox me at Bhatti, facebook.com. That's something I really enjoy doing. Honestly, I work with a great team. Shout out to my boss, Chris Vanetti. He's been great helping, guiding me, you know, and learning the business and everything. It's something, you know, I definitely am applying to my music.
Okay, how long have you been doing that?
Over 1.5 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's always good to be able to do something that you actually enjoy doing. So that's a big plus.
I wouldn't go as far as saying that I enjoy doing it, but I'm good at it.
But you're good at it, and you enjoy the team. Okay.
Yeah,
That's a huge difference, right?
Who I work with,
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, at least that's a good thing. I don't think anybody would be like, yeah, I like to work hard all the time. I love it. It's just like so awesome for me to just work hard all the time. But it's always good when you can work with a good team. And for you to shout out your boss, you must work with a good team, because you know sometimes people are like, I can't stand my fucking boss. Like, but other than that, I like the job, but my boss fucking gets on my nerves. So shout out to him.
Definitely, it's all love with everybody I work with. You know, you already know. I don't gotta mention names. We're working together for a long time, and we all get along great.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so tell everybody where they can find your music, where they can reach out to you at. Give everybody all the plugs that you want to give them right now. Your Facebook, IG, Snapchat, Twitter, everything.
You want to find me at David Bhatti, and last name is Bhatti. That's at Facebook.com and also on SoundCloud. It's David Bhatti Reaper X. Just my full name, and it'll come up. I would recommend anybody that wants to follow my music to add me on Facebook. I'm planning a big launch as far as like my Twitter, my Instagram, and all that. And it's all going to stem from that social media platform. I'm not very big into it, but obviously it's something that I need to do as I expand and branch out. And I look forward to putting that out there soon as well. So if you guys want to keep up with me, definitely just add me on my page, and then you'll get the info for everything else coming up very soon.
Okay, and of course you guys can get the spelling of his name from the live video. Whether you're watching via YouTube or watching via Facebook, you can check out the information there. I also have a promo video that's on the page, Beyonka's Playhouse, of Mr. David Bhatti, and you guys will see his information there as well. I'll continue to promote for you, and you just gotta, continue to do your thing. Continue to be great, continue to push forward. I'm very proud of you. I didn't just meet you today, but I've only known you a short time, and just watching you. It's definitely inspiring. I love to see people do what it is that they love and to push their craft. This entertainment business is something that's not easy. It definitely can drain you mentally, physically, emotionally. And I know that, we can say it does it to just a woman, but it can do it to a man as well, because this business is hard. So I would just advise you my little piece of Beyonka advice would just be to continue to make great connections and network in a positive way. And take everything that happens in this business positively. No matter how it may affect you negatively, allow it to be a positive take from it. You know what I'm saying? So that will push you. I have this saying, my pain pushes my purpose. And so no matter what happens in the process of me building my craft, I still allow that to push my purpose and to allow me to just enjoy this journey that I'm on. And so I just will give you that same piece of advice in your journey. Just allow whatever it is you go through that may, disturb you. Or like, oh, you know what? This is too much. I don't even want to do this anymore. Enough is enough. Just think like, I got to get to where I'm going because I want to get there. Unfortunately, we endure people sometimes that don't want us to get to where we want to go simply because they fear our success. So just beware of all of that. Continue to do what you're doing. I look forward to hearing all great things from you and seeing you perform on Sunday. Again, ladies and gentlemen, you can see him Sunday at El Dorado's. What time is the show Sunday?
Show starts at 7 p.m.
At 7. So you guys can see him perform Sunday at 7 p.m. It's the whole show. It's the whole show.
We're performing a little bit later than 7.
Yeah, that's why I said, hold on, wait a second, because we know how El Dorado shows go now. It's a whole line up there. And you got to get into that lineup somewhere. But yeah, Sunday, somewhere between 7 p.m. and 2 a.m., you guys will be able to see the Reaper. And shout out to CEO Swerve. He'll be performing Sunday as well. So you guys make sure he's one of my upcoming guests on the show. So you guys will have a good lineup Sunday. And most importantly, on September the 9th, he's going to be at Beyonka's birthday bash. So you guys can see him perform there. Go check his Instagram out. Check his Facebook page out. Support. Support means everything. It's so easy to just support somebody and just check out what they're doing. Even if it's not something that you really like, oh, I really like that. It's okay. Still hit that goddamn like button. I don't care if you like it or not. Hit that like button because it's important to just encourage people on their journey. And Mr. David is on his way. He's in the midst of his journey right now. So you guys just make sure you show him some love. Thank you guys for tuning into Beyonka's Playhouse and actually taking the time to get to know Mr. David Bhatti on a more personal level. I didn't do too bad tonight. I didn't get all down in his business and ask him all the little juicy questions. But if he come back to the Playhouse again, I just might not be so nice. However, I do appreciate you coming in, just allowing me the opportunity to give the people a chance to see you on a different light, because you know they see you on stage, and I'm sure they've seen you at other stations, but now they get to see you and hear you in a different way. So thank you for this opportunity. You guys, please make sure you go to Beyonka's Playhouse on YouTube, not YouTube, I'm sorry, on IG. It's Beyonka's _Playhouse, and like the page. Follow me on Instagram. On YouTube, it is Akira Queen. That's Akira, and then of course space my last name Queen. Subscribe to that. I'm also on Snapchat. Are you on Snapchat?
No Snapchat yet.
No Snapchat yet? I just made a Snapchat. I'm pumped about this Snapchat thing. So you gotta make a Snapchat, because you know Snapchat is so cool because like it deletes. So that's what I like the most. You know, so I'm like, oh, I can do some off the hook stuff, and then it's gonna delete. Okay, I'm gonna do that. So you guys can follow me on Snapchat at Bays Playhouse. That's BEYS_Playhouse. And what else? I'm on everything. You're already watching me via Facebook right now. If you're the camera that I'm looking at right now, if you're on Facebook. So when you log out of this video, you know what I'm gonna need you to do. I'm gonna need you to go ahead and like the page, share the page, tell your friends about the page, all that good stuff. I need you to do that. And just make sure you're tuned in this Thursday. Oh yeah, before I go, this Thursday at what time is it? It's gonna be at 7, from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. this Thursday. I'll be doing a meet and greet at the V Lounge in East Baltimore from 7 to 11. And I'm having, you know, past guests also come and do a little short interview. If you have a business, it doesn't matter what type of business it is. If you are an entrepreneur and you have a business and you would like to be able to come to the meet and greet, and I'll be streaming live, so you'll have the opportunity to actually get on camera and tell the people about whatever business it is you have. Please come out Thursday. It's a free event, although it is in a Jamaican restaurant. So if you want to get some good food, you know, you can spend a little bit of money, get yourself something to eat. It's a cash bar. There'll be a DJ. It's going to be a really awesome event, and I would love for you to come out and meet me and just chat up with me a little bit inside of Beyonka's Playhouse via the V Lounge. All right, you guys. I'll see you guys on Thursday. Thank you for tuning in to Beyonka's Playhouse radio show. I'll see you later. Bye.